Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum
Welcome to
assalam.
Spotlight. Thank you for joining us today, Adam.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, today we have our audience. We have Adam Naseer. He's a financial representative with Northwestern Mutual. So, would love to hear your story, Adam, how you started and where you are today.
Sure. So I got started. I was really on a very different career path. I was working in management as a supervisor in manufacturing. And initially, when I went to college, I was in the sciences, biology, and I went into business with some friends of mine. We spent our 20s being pretty daring in a couple of different ventures, including potato chips. And
Okay.
so, and so from there is when I really got a big interest in business as a career. And so I started studying economics, got a book from the library, started studying that, went back to school, finished up in economics, uh, and was in management as a supervisor. But I wanted to get back to independence and being an entrepreneur. And so, with loving business and at the same time, I love working with people. The opportunity came across as far as becoming a financial representative,
Mhm.
advisor to help people develop financial plans and have a better relationship with money. And so I got started with that, and that's what I'm doing now.
All right. And how long ago was it?
This is just within the past year, so it hasn't been long, but yeah, within the past year.
All right. Okay. So, what inspired you to get on this path?
So again, I wanted to be an entrepreneur. That was something I was really passionate about and had been kind of putting off for a couple of years, just kind of waiting for the right opportunity. So when I started looking into some different pathways as far as business, it came across as far as a financial advisor,
Mhm.
something I never really thought about doing. So I looked into it, talked to some individuals, did some research, and really kind of fell in love with the opportunity to be able to help individuals develop financial plans, learn about markets, all the education that comes along with it. It's something that is kind of constantly moving when it comes to regulation, things that are changing, trends, things of that nature. So it was a really good opportunity. I was very interested in, and so I went ahead and went forward with it.
All right. What type of issues do you feel you can solve for people? What do they come to you with?
So there's pretty good variety in terms of the individuals that I work with. Some people are closer to retirement.
Hmm.
Others are just starting out in their professions, and then others are kind of right in the middle in between. Overall, the way that we approach financial planning is as an overall very comprehensive financial plan. So we look at what the individual's goals are, what's important to them. It's not me as a representative or as an advisor saying, hey, this is what you should do. That would be no good if it's not based upon the goals that that individual has. So overall, what we help to do, and by bringing forward that comprehensive financial plan, is we start out really giving an overall picture of where the individual is now in terms of their financial goals. And then we build that out to show, okay, based on those goals, where do you want to be and how close are you to those goals? So one of the biggest things is just allowing people to see their overall financial plan as
Hmm.
an actual plan and not, okay, I have this debt, that's separate. Oh, I have these investments, that's separate. Saving up for a wedding, that's separate. But bringing all of those different things kind of under one umbrella as one financial plan so that individuals can see that from where they are right now throughout the future.
Okay. Would you be able to share some of the stories from your clients without, of course, naming anybody, uh, to how they came to you and where you were able to help them, and if they were able to change their situation?
Yes. So one individual in particular that was a referral from a friend of mine. This individual starting out in a career very young, working a couple part-time jobs, but was interested in putting together a financial plan and then having a good, solid foundation. They were in their early 20s
Mm-hmm.
and didn't know much about financial planning, didn't know much about investments. And at the same time, the individual had a health issue. So disability insurance was one of the things that the individual wanted to apply for, as well as other insurance, and then the overall financial plan in terms of investments and goals. And so I was able to help the individual put together a pretty good financial plan. Unfortunately, one aspect of it did not get approved, but we are going to continue to try to get that individual the insurance that they need. But
Mm-hmm.
they work really well together. They're very excited. They like to have that overall financial picture so that they can plan. She's planning for a wedding. I actually sat down and then started working with her soon-to-be fiance. And so she's really happy about having that financial plan, as well as understanding the importance of money, the importance of debt, the importance of investing early because she's earlier in her career. And so that's really, really helped her to have a better overall picture in terms of her financial plan and in terms of her life. So she's really happy about that.
Okay. Do you have any stats on like how many people in the US they plan financially, they plan for their financial well-being?
I don't have or know of any particular stats, but what I do know is that, in talking with others in the industry and being in it, and things that I've read, is that most people do not have a good relationship with their finances. Um, I think the number as far as the overall debt in the U.S. is in the trillions. I think I heard a number of about $6 or $7 trillion in terms of debt, and that weighs heavily on individuals. So overall, what I found, what others have found in this industry, is that people don't have a good relationship with money, and as we all know, that can have a profound effect on your life, whether it's high student debt, whether it's high credit card debt. You get under those things and it just seems like there's no way to get out. And a big part of that is that not having that overall financial picture, but then also not knowing how to plan. And we take it as something that's a given, but many people are not shown how to have a good relationship with money. Money's there, you spend it. More money's there, you spend it. You save what you can. That seems to be a big mantra and really a big issue that we have. So
Hmm.
having that overall financial picture and having an actual plan, which is going to change. It's not something that is going to stay the same.
Hmm.
Financial plan in year one versus financial plan in year 10 is going to be different. But that's the biggest thing that I've seen and that we've seen in the industry, is that most people don't have an actual financial plan. And as we've moved away from pensions,
Hmm.
which is more so a guaranteed money in retirement, we've moved more towards 401ks. So a lot of the planning for retirement is on the individual, and that's where a financial representative, a financial advisor, can really help people in terms of planning for that all the way through retirement.
All right. And you mentioned about a little bit about the insurance side as well. So you are also looking into that aspect of in addition to making stock and investments into the market for managing 401k or IRAs, and also looking into the insurance side.
Yes, that's correct. And so the way that we approach the financial planning is kind of two sides. There's the protection side, which is disability insurance, life insurance, whether it be term or whether it be whole insurance. And then also on the other side is as far as the kind of the asset management. So we look at both sides to develop that financial plan. One of the things that I've learned, and one of the things that I ask individuals is, what is your biggest asset? And most of us, including myself, we would say our house, we would say our car.
Hmm.
We would say, okay, well, I've got money, here in the bank. But when you think about it, the biggest asset that an individual has is the actual income, whether that be as a business owner, whether that be at a 9 to 5 hourly job. And so if we lose that income and we don't have emergency savings, we don't have money set aside, for instances like that, then our overall financial situation can change drastically without that income. And so that's where disability insurance comes in, where something does happen, you're able to still bring in income while you're away from work, whether you're away from your business. So that's something that's really important. And it goes from whether an individual is a doctor down to if an individual is just an hourly worker, working in manufacturing. So yes, the insurance side is part of the financial plan also.
Okay, all right. And if you can please share with us what are your extracurricular activities outside of work? What do you enjoy?
Uh, what I enjoy is that I enjoy music. I enjoy movies also. Over the past couple of years, I've got back to reading. Actually, there's a book that I've been reading called Shogun, and I've actually been reading it since 2006. So that sounds really bad, but I just kind of go back to it periodically and pick up. But reading is really important. Something I really enjoy. Recently, I've got back to running at the Metro Park, which I really love. Try to get back in shape also. So those are more so are my hobbies.
Okay, sounds good. Any advice that you would give that you work with the business owners? So, any advice that you would give them from financial planning perspective?
From a financial planner, as far as business owners, taxes are very, very important. That if an individual, a business owner, does not have someone that they're working with in terms of taxes,
Mhm.
please, by all means, get with somebody to get, at least have a consultation and then get started from there. One of the biggest things that we've seen as far as business owners is the issue of taxes, where they're not setting enough aside, whether they're a contractor, a drywall contractor, a concrete contractor, or they own a larger business or enterprise with a number of employees, is that taxes is very important. Not only just in terms of what you need to pay, but also in terms of getting the benefits, because none of us want to pay more taxes
Yep.
than we have to. So being tax efficient is very important, especially in retirement. That's something that in retirement your income generally is going to be less for most of us, and so how you where you get income from, whether it be from a whole life insurance policy that
Mhm.
has gained, that's looked at as an asset, a whole life insurance policy, whether you take from that, whether you take from a 401k or a Roth, collecting Social Security, tax efficiency in retirement is very, very important. So those are the two things as far as taxes overall for business owners. If you're not working with somebody, please reach out and consult and talk with someone. And then also in terms of as the individual moves closer to retirement, you definitely want to be tax efficient as you're withdrawing income.
All right. No, thank you for sharing that wisdom with us. And thank you for being part of MCOP and being a valued member over here.
Thank
Inshallah,
you.
many people are going to benefit from the services that you are providing and have a very fulfilled life financially.
Sounds good. If I could be of any help, financial plans, they are for free, but it's just if anybody has any questions, please reach out. I'd be happy to answer any questions or help.
All right. What's the best way to reach you?
Best way to reach me is by phone. My number is 419-309-7860.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Adam.
All right. Thank you. It's good to see you again.
Yep, same here. Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam.